So don't forget, as always, you can follow us on the social media: Twitter, Moncton Wildcast; Instagram, Wildcast Podcast; TikTok, Wildcast Podcast. And, of course, you can like and subscribe on the YouTube. Will we see Moncton put a number in the rafters? Like, it's...
Well, you say that,
yeah,
Adam, and I can report breaking news here on the Wildcast Podcast. Yes,
hashtag
we
insider that we just talked about.
Finally have a jersey number retired. Number 29, Corey Crawford, will be retired by the Wildcats organization in late November. That's all we can say at this point right now is it'll be late November. It'll be Corey Crawford. It'll be the first jersey retired by the organization. Don't have a date yet, but keep your eyes peeled.
But if we look at late November schedule, you got Charlottetown on the 23rd, the Thursday, Rennes on the 24th, Halifax on the 26th, and St. John on the 30th.
Yeah, so
you would, when you're kind of planning this stuff, and you kind of want that to fill the building, obviously, and you want it to be special, but you also want it against a team that you know you're going to defeat or make it look, give you an upper hand. But
you're not going to do it on a weeknight.
No, you also want it on a Friday night or a Saturday.
Or a Sunday afternoon.
Night. Yeah.
So you're looking at that Rouen game on the 24th, which will be a big crowd because it's Rouen, or contender.
Yeah.
It's going to fill the people are going to come watch a contending team. Or Halifax, who we know their fans travel well.
It's a rivalry
on a
game.
Sunday afternoon. You come to Moncton for a 4 o'clock game. It's over by 7. You're back in Halifax by 10. It's those are probably the two games that I would assume it would be on. Because I think it would be a huge mistake to have it on a weeknight.
Yeah, I don't think you have it against Charlottetown or St. John. I think if you're Richie or Dan, you walk in and go, retirement is the 24th against Renderanda. The building's going to be full. They're a contender. We want to be a contender. Put your big boy pants on. Let's show, that's a game that you can kind of gauge where you are with a full building and see how, that's a perfect night for it, I think.
Yeah, and if you're looking at, I don't know Rowan's schedule, but that's probably going to be either the first game of a 3-3 or the second night of a 3-3. So they're still going to have some juice in their legs here, but Moncton's also going to be coming off a back-to-back because they're at home the night before against Charlottetown, right? So it's going to be an interesting.
It's a tough opponent because Charlottetown is the way that Charlottetown played. First game of a 3-3, 24th, 25th, 26th.
Yeah, that's
Moncton,
what I
St. John, Bathurst.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So they're going to be rested, even though they're on a bus for 24 hours.
It's either on a second of a back-to-back or a third and 4 nights against two very good opponents.
Yeah, so I mean, again,
I think it'll be Rennes.
Yeah, that's my guess. We don't have a date. All we know it's Crawford. It's a jersey ceremony.
Does that surprise you a bit?
No, I mean he's got the cups.
Yeah.
Right, and he's got the. I think that's what you kind of not taken away from Garland or anything like that. The cups is what's getting his name to the rafters first. Garland will be there.
Yeah.
If you look at it, no one's worn number 8 since he left. You know what other number nobody has ever worn since the player left?
11.
Right?
Not even in preseason.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
Right? They're lining it up for future ceremonies, I think, personally. And I think it's smart because Garland's ceremony, he's still young. He's still got years ahead of him in the NHL. Is he playing on a contender? Not really.
God, I hope not.
So is he going to win a cup unless he's traded or signs elsewhere? Probably not. Yeah. Is Pelche going to win a cup?
I hope he does. Not in Calgary. He hopes he does in Calgary. I'm not surprised. I came out with that article I think 3 years ago on the website that we tried to make, and there's a lot of work. That's the thing with retiring numbers in junior hockey. You either have the guy that did immense for your club and broke all the records like Connor Garland, who went on to the NHL, or you have the guy that was very good, went to the NHL and won Stanley Cups. And I think 2 Stanley Cups is probably going to push Corey Crawford, as well as he's retired. So now you can kind of bring him in whenever. You don't have to worry about Garland's schedule or whatever. So I think that. But I think we'll see Crawford this year, and I think we'll see Garland next year. Maybe it kind of like the Nathan McKinnon, like the home opener / second game at the start of the season.
I don't think you'll see Garland next year. No. I don't think it's. I don't see it being next year. You're probably looking at
when he retires. Because, I mean, the guy owns all the franchise records.
What's the sudden fast, like, if they start retiring jerseys left and right, who are they going to do in 4 years?
No, I'm not saying they have to do one every year. I say, like, this lines up to do Crawford, and then you can do Garland because he set so many records for the club.
Yeah.
And he was the face of the franchise for so long and held all the records. That's why you retire him, and then you kind of wait and you see what Pelche's career is, and you kind of wait on that or other players that you want to put up there. But I think you can afford now to go one and then maybe one next year.
I think you won't see Garland for another 5 years.
Okay.
He has to accomplish more at the next level. Halifax very well could have retired McKinnon's number a lot sooner.
Yeah, that's true.
What did they wait for? Stanley Cup, right? It's. I think that's the level that the Wildcats are looking for right now, and it's all about. At the same time, it's
which is not a bad bar to have.
No,
like, win the Stanley Cup, and which puts Barbashev in there.
Now we're looking at
that gives him
two, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's easily probably down the road. Yeah, sure, why not? When he's retired and his 2-year-old son is maybe wearing a Wildcats jersey, right? It's we've waited how long for Corey Crawford? 15 years almost. And so for Garland, maybe by the time he's got gray hair, you might see his jersey, but I'm not. Next year I'll be pleasantly surprised. 5 years for sure.